guys, as you can see, I'll just move this out of the way. As you can see, I've got pumpkin here. But I also wanted to show you these pieces here that have a little bit of mold starting to appear. They're absolutely fine. They're not going to hurt you. I'm just going to slice those off really thinly. It's just that it's been wrapped up in cling wrap from where I brought it from at the shop, and that's all that is. It's really not going to be a big deal at all. It's not going to hurt you. So yeah, just, you know, slice it off, get rid of it. See, look, underneath is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm making our pumpkin soup as per our menu for today. So I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to be using it regardless of whether it has a little bit of mold or whatnot on it. It's not something that's going to, as I say, be harmful. Just slice it off like that, absolutely fine underneath, and we just toss that piece to the chalks. Simple as that. But I'm just going to continue cutting the pumpkin. And then I'm going to be popping it into my Tefal Cuisine Companion and pop it on to soup mode. But I'll take you across and we'll do that together. That's it at the other side of the kitchen. So I'll bring you across when we do that. This pumpkin's really quite nice to actually cut. Some of them are really dreadful, but this one's okay, which is great. So we'll just continue slicing this up. And then in the soup, it's just one that I do myself. So I don't measure anything. It's just pumpkin, one potato, which helps to, you know, thicken it and whatnot. Some stock, which is whatever you've got on hand. I usually have chicken, and that's generally what I put in with it. But look, if I didn't have chicken, and if I had beef or if I had vegetable, I would use that. It's just what you've got on hand. And then I also put in some garlic powder and some garlic powder and onion powder, or onions, whichever you prefer. I think tonight I'll be just putting in onion powder. Haven't tried it with onion powder before. I generally chop up the onions, but whilst I've got the onion powder there, and you know, I thought, well, I'm going to try it with that and just see if it gives the same sort of flavour, or whether you feel like you're actually missing out if you don't have the actual onion itself. And the only way for me to know that is going to be to actually try it. I'm sorry if I'm sniffing, guys. I'm really quite hot. We've got the heat pump blaring. It's freezing cold outside. My husband's just gone down to cut the wood, and I've just been over at the cattery feeding the kittens and the pussycats and giving them their water and getting them ready for the night. So they're all away in bed over there, which is quite a task because there's probably about 50 cats over there. So it's not a 5-minute job. But it's one that I love, and I do enjoy having them. I wouldn't do it if I didn't. We've got 2 little Burman kittens which are going to their new homes. They get desexed tomorrow, so we'll take you to the vets with us for that one. And they're off to their new homes on, one leaves on Sunday and the other leaves on Monday. 2 little boys, so they are, have beautiful homes waiting for them. So that'll be great for them to get into a family environment, which is what it's all about for me, to find absolutely outstanding homes for my kittens. They don't go if I don't find outstanding homes. I'll stay here until such time as I do. So yeah, this is dinner, and then I'm also going to be making some toasties, so some toasted sandwiches, and we will probably have ham, cheese and tomato and possibly onion in those tonight. So yeah, that's fine. Or we've got some leftover mince and noodles that I made last night, if my husband prefers that. So if he wants to have some toasted sandwiches or some leftover from last night, that's going to be his decision. But both is there to have. On my menu I did put toasted sandwiches or toasties, because that's what I thought we would be having. But when you've got a variety, well, you know, you may choose to have one over the other. It's no big deal. Just go with the flow. So, do you guys enjoy soup? Do you make your own, or do you make, you know, have it tinned or from the deli section? Some supermarkets I know here do that, so you might be one that buys it straight from the deli. But whilst I'm being frugal and trying to save money, I want to be making my own products. So that's why I'm doing this. Not a necessity for me to have to do this. It's just something that I'm sick and tired of spending money on food and, you know, wasting money all the time. So just going frugal. And I'm absolutely enjoying it, to be honest. I do want to get myself an apron though. So I might have to, you know, not be quite so frugal and buy an apron. What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea? All right, I'm going to turn you off there for a second, then come back. Okay, so in here we've got our pumpkin, onion and potato. Just pop in some chicken stock, some garlic powder, just release the extra top, just some garlic powder, and some onion powder. Although we have onion in there, it's still nice to put that in as well. And now that goes over and pops into our T4 cuisine companion. As I said earlier, we might put a little bit more stock in, and then we'll see how it goes. I will be back shortly. So this is our soup, guys, our pumpkin soup. It's turned out absolutely beautiful. It's very tasty. And here's my bread, which I made also. So we're having some nice thick pieces of homemade bread and pumpkin soup for dinner tonight. Bon appetit!